Hi,
All
everyone.
right. Hi, guys. Welcome. This is a very, very exciting time because now we're stringing on TikTok for the first time. So that means that we got 1,000 subscribers. So right off the bat, thank you for that. Thank you. That's so impressive.
That is
Addie, we
pretty
can hardly
cool.
see it. You should go to my right or my left. All right. So we have Adeline joining us today, along with Andrea and myself. Alyssa, and this is gonna be a really good day. We're so grateful to be here. It's our third stream. We've got about 16 followers, and we're just happy to be here with all of you. Now, last week we had um, a contest where we're giving away a mug with a little brand on it. It says Alyssa, and the question was, who has more shoes, Andrea or Alyssa? And a lot of you participated in that uh, question, and here are the answers. Um, Overwhelmingly, the guesses were that Alyssa had more shoes than Andrea. So overwhelmingly so, that was the guess, and the answer is that is correct. Alyssa does have more shoes than Andrea. However, it was actually a very interesting thing. Once we got them all out and counted all of them, I literally went to every single room, got out the shoes that were in that room, and counted them. So Andrea had a total of 66 pair of shoes. 66 for Andrea. Now, Alyssa had a total of 85. However, there are some of mine that were dress shoes and boy shoes. So if I took out the boy shoes, then girl shoes, I had 67. So I actually only had one more pair of shoes, of girl shoes, than Andrea did. So that was interesting to me. Andrea, I thought that number one, I thought that my number was going to be higher, and number two, I didn't realize that you had that many shoes either. Was that surprising to you, or did that surprise you at all?
I was surprised that you didn't have more than I did. More than one pair more.
You thought that I would have a lot more?
Yeah, because yours take up more space than mine. Because I have little flip flops, little tiny sandals. Can put 10 in a little box, and you could fit one of yours in one of my boxes. So,
That's true. It's difficult. It's difficult buying shoes because really what you've got, you're not going to try them on historically. Now, it's not nearly as difficult or as embarrassing right now, but historically, it was very difficult to walk into a store, especially by myself, and say, "Hey, I need to try on this shoe." It wouldn't have gone over very well most of the time. So all you do is you walk in and you just, hey, I think this is what my wife wears, and I'll buy this one, and you know what, I like that one too. I think she's gonna love that. She's definitely gonna love that one, and you just buy it. So and once you break that barrier of you're in there and you're purchasing, and they know you're purchasing women's shoes, and they haven't figured out why, but they know what's happening. All of a sudden, you get this rush of, okay, I may never have this experience this easy, again right away. So I might as well buy multiple pair while I'm here and just get it out of the way. I can always bring them back, which you never ever do because they may be useful at some point. Um, and so you end up buying two or three or four pairs of shoes just because it's a comfortable experience, and you don't want to have to recreate that, again. So the reality is, we've moved out of a different location within the last couple of years, and I didn't throw anything out, but I gave away a lot of shoes to some people. So had I still had all of those pairs, then it would have been very, very different. Anyway, so that's that. I'm gonna quickly put some makeup on while we talk.
remember to look at the TikTok comments.
Yes, would you read those TikTok comments out? Because it's so hard for me to do the makeup and look up the screen and be this amazing and read those comments as well. So if you could read those comments and
I
actually
can't see that far.
and call out the people that are online, that would just be that would be so helpful. Addie, I appreciate you being here and helping us. It's so fun to have you here. Addie's been an absolute trooper. She couldn't just be a kinder, more generous person. And it has just been just an absolute treat to, to go through this experience with her. And so we're so grateful that she even wants to jump online and stream with us a little bit. She won't be able to all the time and maybe not even very often because she's working and super social and the whole deal. However, for whatever time she is available to. We're sure grateful. Thanks, hon.
Yeah, thank you.
And by the way, she is TikTok master, so I didn't even understand the whole TikTok deal, and so she is helping me do things and being the first time that we're on TikTok tonight, so she helped me get that set up as well. And the angles, all that is going to improve as we get this down. But thanks for being here for sure.
Yeah, of course. Kristen says hi.
Oh, hi, Kristen.
I don't even know how to pronounce that.
That's Bahusafu.
He said hi, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Sriracha Queen says I have a lot of shoes too, but I wear the same 3 pair.
Oh yeah, I relate to that a lot. A lot, yes. But there's something about having more pair than 3 that make me feel better. I only wear a few that really are comfortable, but you never know. Now today, because I want to hurry and get through the makeup. I'm actually gonna do some eye makeup first before I do the foundation because a lot of times when I'm working with powder around the eyes and liners and I mess that up, then all of a sudden, I've got to start over with the foundation around the eyes and the whole thing. So if I'm in a hurry, a lot of times I will line the eyes and do all the powder and even the brows before doing any foundation because it's so easy to work around those areas and fill in the details. So today I'm just going in and putting some powder in my lash line so that when I put on these fake lashes that it seals a little bit better and you can't see this big gap. So that's what I'm doing right now.
You got sent some gifts and likes on TikTok.
Really?
Thank you.
From who?
Sriracha Queen.
Oh, thank you.
Bahusafu.
That's so fun. Thank you.
Did you call out the winners or is that later?
Yes. So yes. No. Let's call it the winner right now. In fact, could you? That would be so good if you could do that. That would just be.
There's 2 winners. So it's This Little Life 97. Thank you commenting. And Josh dot dot 101. Thank you for your guesses, and if you can message us your address or somewhere that you feel safe for us sending it to you, and
That's
we'll
true.
give it
So
to you.
just message us. Go ahead and message us your address, and we'll get these. Now these mugs we just ordered them, and they won't even be here. I believe until the 15th. So they're special ordered, and then as soon as I receive them on the 15th, I'm going to caress them for a minute, and then I'm going to send it right back out to you. So they should be shipped out around, if I get them on the 15th or right around there, then I'll ship them in within 1 day of getting them. So if you could just message me your address if you're comfortable, or a PO box, whatever you want, I will send them to whatever address you put on there. So thank you for participating, guys. If you like any of this, or somebody says something funny, if you want to just tap your screen and like it helps us in the support as well. So thank you for supporting us.
Sriracha Queen has been sending you roses.
Oh,
And likes. You have 1.3 likes on the live.
really?
Wow. Thanks, you guys.
That
That's
is
pretty exciting.
That is so amazing. Thank you.
That's fun.
That's so fun. Hey, do you have anybody, while I'm just doing this, have any questions? And we're gonna be talking about some fun things today. Some I don't know about intimate things, but some difficult things. So if you have, oh, thanks, babe. That's fantastic.
Gold.
If you have any questions, please throw those out there, and I'll answer them kind of off the cuff as we're going. I'm also gonna do right now some eyeliner on top with my torture device. again, because if I get it on top of my eyelid, I would like to be able to clean the eyelid off without having to take off all of the eyeshadow, not only eyeshadow, but the foundation as well. So I'm just going to put this on here very, very quickly. This torture device, I'm doing, hopefully, is very, very little of any damage to my lashes by doing this. Probably much better for my lashes than just filling them chuck full of glue every time and then digging them out like a miner.
Sriracha Queen says, "You said you quit your job. Was that a difficult decision?"
It was. That's a good question. Um, it was, yes, it was financially, it was for security purposes, it was very difficult. But, but, for health reasons, for my own mental purposes, it was okay. Um, there's a do you see like my Q-tips like down there like oh, and my fan, watch this, I got this cute fan so it dries this really quick, watch this.
Char2178 said hi.
Hey, how's it going? There's a sense of urgency because I mean, look at my skin already. My skin is so droopy, and I got more lids than Tupperware, and there's so much going on so fast. So there's an urgency to quit my job before it goes on and on and on. Oh, look how dry that is. Ooh. What's that, babe?
Someone said, "What happened to your eyes?" Kim Wright said,
What happened to my eyes?
Your eyes?
I think it's more my training than my eyes.
No, he put on a.
So this this tool right here. So this is a tool for putting on fake eyelashes. And I got these real twittery eyes, and they're hard to get around without just. And I got short lashes, and they're super curly. They're like little pigtails. And so what I do is I lightly put these on, and then it's very, very light plastic, and I just let them hang there so it pulls everything down and flush and even, so I can put this on a lot more even. If I don't use this here and don't do it this way, when I'm gluing on the false eyelashes, then there ends up just being a gobs of glue everywhere, and I got half of it stuck up here, and it's like I'm trying to smuggle out three-legged tarantulas off my face. So, this is probably, with my skill set right now and my understanding, this is probably the least evasive, the least brutal thing I can do to get this done. And I'm gonna just do it really quick, and then I'm gonna go right for my foundation.
Sam says she's gonna come over.
Oh, that's nice.
So she has some snacks.
Samantha is our other daughter. So we have a daughter, Samantha, and we have a son as well. And he may join us at some point. And that would be great.
Dad, do you want to get into politics? Someone said Biden or Trump. Char2178 said Biden.
Oh yeah, well, let's not go down that road, because they both have policies that I think are so destructive. So we won't talk about people. We'll just talk about things and policies. Yeah.
April Edwards said hi. She also said, "What songs do you like?"
Oh, that's a good question. The artists that I like. I love, there's so many artists, but I seem to really get a hold of somebody's music, somebody that has a vibration, a frequency that I need, that's moving me, and I literally tend to just play that over and over and over. You wear it out. Am I true? Do you guys not hear the same songs like all the time? Yeah. Yeah. Look at you and Harry Styles, right?
Yeah.
So I typically listen. So I don't know a lot of artists because I don't branch out. I get a few that I really, really like, and I go with them. But I love. And I have little phases, but I love Casey Musgraves. If I'm in the country move, I think that her lyrics are just so amazing. She's one of the best storytellers in the business. I think she's just so cute, and I love her voice. But I love Pink. I love Katy Perry. Baby, who I love Imagine Dragons. Who else would I do? Is just
I'm bad with names. I could sing you all the songs, but I couldn't tell you the artists. That's unless I've been to a concert or something, I would remember them, but I'm bad with that kind of stuff. But yes, your playlist is on repeat.
There's a song by Imagine Dragons called "Bad Liar," and that moved me in a very substantial way because for my entire life, I've kept this secret from everybody that's important to me, for most people that are important to me, and there just came a time when everything bubbled over and I couldn't take it, and it was risk losing everybody in my life to just go, hey, I'm a bad liar. Like, look, I tried, I gave you what I could, I gave you my best. But the reality is there's more to me than I've shown you. There's much more. I'm capable of much more than I've shown you. And so it did feel dishonest. And when you have something to say, then silence becomes a lie. And, who wants to go their entire life, and nobody important to them actually know what's important to them? And at some point you wake up and you go, it's just worth risking everybody because I've got nobody that I can talk to at that level right now. And so, yeah.
Sriracha Queen said, if you had the choice to be Alyssa full time, would you do it?
Oh, that's heavy. That's heavy. That's a tough question to answer because, it drives my thinking all the time because I'm not Alyssa all the time, nor have I had that opportunity, nor have I ever, done anything close to that. Um, but the reality is I'm very, very capable of living as Kevin and being Kevin on a successful level. Um, the problem is the little bit of time that I'm Alyssa is so much more valuable to me than all of the time as Kevin. So I haven't found anything in the boy world that even comes close to being as rewarding as those things, those capacities that I feel and that I have in the feminine world. Not that my capacity is this way, right? I went through a different puberty and I'll never be, you know, capable of doing some things and capable of looking some ways, but that's okay. The reality is, could I go full time as Alyssa? Yes. Am I capable? Yes, 100%. But being a dad is important, and being a husband is important, and there's a lot of those dynamics as well. But uh, because that's not an opportunity, because that's not really a possibility at all, the only way I could really honestly answer that is, do I believe I'm capable of living full time? The answer is yes, I believe I'm capable of it. But Kevin is a pretty big part of my life as well, and everybody else's life, and I want to do as much as possible what I can to make it healthy for everybody, as much as possible. That's a good question. That's right in there with the deep stuff.
Eddie, where'd you get your shirt?
Harry Styles concert in September.
What was it?
Amazing. I wish I could go back.
Mhm.
It was so awesome. Before the concert and after the concert, the lines for his merch were hours long. So me and Jordan took the brave idea and the brave route to run out because where we were seated was right next to where the merch was being sold. So we ran out, bought our shirts, and right when we were buying them, he came on stage. So we were like rushing to see him.
That's cool.
Yes. Um, let's see.
Are you on YouTube? You probably can see some comments on YouTube or one of those other ones.
Oh gosh.
Guys, I apologize. We literally
Dakara Davis.
Dakara Davis.
Is that your wife and daughter?
Yes. Yes, this is my wife of 25 years and my daughter of 15 years.
Yeah.
But drives like a 17-year-old
No better.
who's in trouble.
Sometimes, dude.
No, she's a great driver. She really is a good driver.
Thank
Drive me crazy right now.
Yep.
Oh,
The
nice.
Ratchet Queen said, when you started dressing as Alyssa, what did you realize about women that you never thought about?
Ooh. When I started dressing, what was I surprised about women?
Realized.
Realized.
You realized.
Well, here's this was evident right off the bat. I mean, we've been doing this, but in secret for so long. It takes so much time to be a girl. That's the bottom line. A guy, you come home from work, you're gonna go down to the bar, you're gonna watch sports with your buddies, you're gonna do whatever. Sit on the couch. A girl's going, okay. I've got to get my pedicure, got to do my toes. I've got to pluck my brows. I look like Chewbacca. I've got to wash my hair too, so I've got to give time for my hair to dry. So there's all of this planning and things that go into looking amazing and feeling amazing, and it's worth every minute of it. This is why I watch almost no TV. So if you say, hey Kevin, you've seen this, the answer is no. I just haven't, because I was trying to figure out nails and doing my own toes and figuring out this, and oh my gosh, I'm going in the sun. Which foundation has sunscreen? Because when I start sweating, I don't want to walk out of there like Heath Ledger in Batman, and So I'm trying to figure out all of these things because there was nobody to help me, and so I guess the amount of time and just how good of jugglers, girls are. You throw in soccer practice, and then you're gonna clean the house, then you're gonna go grocery shopping, then you're gonna cook dinner. You're gonna do all of these things, and the guy's like, "Well, I went to work and I sat there for 8 hours, and I drank 14 cups of coffee, and I typed some stuff, and whoo, I'm gonna go play, you know, golf or whatever." And the girls, I I don't want to say role, I don't want to say job, because but traditionally the things that has the females responsible for, traditionally they take so much time and delegation, and so I'm so impressed. Like, I am so impressed, what it takes to stay looking good, and to have a skin routine, and to stay shaved, and all of these things. So the time commitment was what I noticed above everything else right out of the gates. Everything else was the time commitment. And if you're going to live two lives, and you're going to have to sleep half as much, and so when you're starting late at night when you're home from work, and then you don't want to take it off at 12 because it just feels so good, and you waited all day, and so you wait till 1, then it's 1:30, and you're trying to find things to do because you don't want it to come off yet. And then all of a sudden you got to get back up at 5 and go all over again. So the time commitment is what has been substantial, and also so worthwhile, just so worthwhile. I love every minute. I love sitting in the mirror. I love doing my lips and going, "Oh, those are actually nice lips. I would smack on those lips. Why wouldn't I?" So
Me too.
I get to I appreciate myself so much more when I'm doing this. Really, really good questions.
Sriracha Queen said, I think men don't realize how much effort we put into our looks. And
So much so.
Kristen said, or how many different products we use. And Sriracha Queen replies with, yes, we spend a lot of money.
Yes, so true. And I have buckets of products that have been used once or twice. That, holy mackerel, that couldn't have been a worse fit, at all. And so, but again, you're not standing in the store really reading reviews and doing different things. You're going in there, you're getting something based on the experience you had, and it needs to be lighter or darker than what you just tried that didn't work, which is now in a bucket. It was a 40-pound bucket full of brand new products. Um, and you're just trying to find the one product that'll work, just the one that's really gonna be good for you. So much time, and you can really tell. I think I just really appreciate too those girls that just the details matter, and wow, this is a girl who really respects herself. This is a girl who understands what being a girl is about, and is going to represent that in a way that's just so classy, that turns it makes everybody turn their head. In that Katy Perry song, "What Makes a Woman a Woman," there's so much to that, and you have to really appreciate the girls that just love every minute in that role, doing that thing, because the whole world is turning over it. And it's such a commitment. It's so much easier to not do that sometimes. It's such a commitment, but wow, thank you for caring.
Something that is nice about having your trans spouse is that I'm never judged at my time or getting ready, or, okay, it'll be 15 more minutes when really it's 30. And it's it's nice to know that my time is appreciated too. And I'm looking good for myself, or trying to feel good for myself, but I also want to look good for my spouse too. And that's much appreciated by my spouse, Alyssa and Kevin. So
Oh, thank
it's
you.
nice.
Along
Thank you.
with like me asking to get my hair done or to go to Ulta or to get my nails done, like I feel understood. Kristen said, "What foundation are you using?"
You know what? This foundation, and Kristen, thank you for asking. Makes me seem like I know what I'm doing, and that's cool. That would be false advertisement. And I haven't been getting into products because really I haven't figured out a lot of the products that I'm going to end up with. However, this foundation that I am using, which has really been as good as anything I've tried thus far, is it's CoverGirl Clean. And I was using a 145 color, which I don't think they even make anymore, which is frustrating. I think it's like 148, and all of a sudden I'm a pumpkin or I'm whatever else. But so far this clean version has been really good. It's a liquid foundation. I also have a cream foundation that I've used, but again, I don't know. I think I got like lava face or something, and it just seems like when I use creams, at the everything kind of just runs at some point. Like a grease pencil, it's probably not going to happen. I should just start out at the bottom and work my way up because it's going to like melt down my face. But that has actually worked out really good, and it's not an expensive product, and it takes a lot of product to cover this volume. I would going to come in earlier and kind of do down low, or I probably will do it just a little bit, but
And for the record, when Alyssa did my makeup, she used the clean foundation, and now that's what I use. It kind of smells like it's got some Noxzema smell. Like that's what I remember Noxzema smelling like. So I feel like that's what's helping keep your face clean, because there's some product in it that will help so it doesn't clog and stuff. So
let me talk to the guys for 1 minute. Because this is a big deal, and I think, I've got a lot of guy friends, and we do guy things, and we talk about guy things, and it's probably universal that, gosh, why are our wives always so late, always waiting, always waiting, always waiting? It doesn't matter if we told them 2 weeks in advance, look, we need to be there at 7 o'clock. Well, come 6:45, we're still waiting. She's still dolling herself up or doing whatever else, and they talk about how frustrating that is. But let me tell you something. You can see the order that I'm doing things because there's going to be mistakes made, and it takes time. And especially the more important, the more special the event, the more you want to look good. You want to get in there. You want to do the details. You want to do it right. And that takes time. And if it messes, and then you start to stress a little bit. But if you mess up at all, it could be 10 or 15 minutes. And I can't tell you how many times while I'm figuring it out, I mess up all of the time. And so we may have planned to go somewhere, and I'm just not ready at all. I mean, hun, how many times have I said, we'll go here? And then literally it's an hour later, it's an hour and a half later. And not one time did she ever come up and say, okay, so we're not going then? She would say, that's okay. We'll see the later show, or we'll do something different, or this is the right time. No, she never ever made me feel bad for wanting to look my best for her, because I think she understood. Look, I want to embarrass you as little as possible. I want the lips to be as good as possible. I want the eyes to be, because if I can keep just one or two people from saying something or staring or making a judgment of you, I want to do that for you. And it takes time to do that. And she never ever made me feel, bad. What she understood was all of those things were important to me, and that's why I took so much time and I put so much into it. My tip for guys are, hey, if she's taking a long time, the longer she takes, it's because the more she cares. If she didn't care, it'd be a sweatshirt and some chapstick.
and that's okay too.
And that's okay. That's okay. But the longer she's taken, she's not doing it for herself, entirely. She's doing it because she represents you in some way. And so that's my advice to men. You want to get some, brownie points. When she's taking too long, my comment would be, wow, how do you look so good in such a short period of time? No problem. What do you want to do? I don't know how you do that. You
That's
know,
sweet.
that's But I can't tell you. We've missed more things than we've made because everything's gone awry.
But we've made more memories ourselves just because you were dressed. We didn't want to waste the night or the day or whatever. So
True.
Cloudgazer123 said, "Do you think men should pay for the first date or women should pay?" And Behusafu added, "Who do you think should pay? Who do you feel should pay for a date?"
Um, I'm very traditional. I'm very traditional. I think that whoever is opening the door should pay for the date. I think, somebody's going to take the role of, hey, I'm going to protect us. I'm going to count on me to not put us in a situation that's going to compromise us in any way whatsoever. Count on me to put us in a safe place. Count on me to create an experience that is going to be great for us, that's going to build on who we are and what we're capable of. And someone's going to create an experience that is going to be just so pleasant and so soft and so gentle and so great smelling and just so pleasant and encouraging and inviting and so pick a role, pick whichever one of those roles feels good for you and say, that's who I am. I'm the person who can make it happen. I'm the person who will be accountable and responsible for it, or I'm the person that's going to encourage and support, and be loyal. It just depends on where you're going to be. One's a healer, and one's I don't want to say a fighter, but an aggressor. And there's safety in that. There's security in having somebody in that role. So if you're gonna be accountable, if you're gonna be responsible, be responsible. Pay for a date because that's just your way of saying, let me show you what you're worthy of. Let me show you that I want to make you feel special, and that's why I brought you out here because my time's special. I'm special, and I want you to know how special you are, and let me take this money and just shower you with it because you've done so much to look this good. So I think that the guy should pay.
Keep doing your makeup. I think I can pin
Yeah.
a comment. Actually,
So you can probably just okay. Good talk.
go on to your TikTok. I'm just gonna pin. I'm gonna have her comment, ask questions, and I'm gonna pin it on the live so people can see.
I don't understand the word you just
I
said.
don't either, but you can tell me.
But she's pinning something, and that sounds serious.
Okay, and then excuse me.
Oh, but who's who asked if you're gonna be blonde or brunette today?
Oh, you know what? We really do need to get out more of those wigs, and maybe what we could do is we could set out, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, and then people could, like vote on which ones.
Okay.
So tonight we're gonna be what is that? What color is that, Eddie? Is this kind of more of a brunette?
Oh.
Cloudgazer said, "I would love to see Allyssa in red hair."
Oh, that's you know what? And red hair actually looks really good on this shirt too. Is that wig in good shape? That's one of that's one of my more fun wigs.
Cloudgazer said, "I want to see blonde hair today."
Blonde, red, blonde.
Well,
I've got
first I
pink.
said I would love to see Allyssa in red hair, and then said today I would like it to be.
Is the one which one is it? Do you know where it's at on the top or bottom?
It's the very bottom, the back there.
The right.
Because it's
There's
long.
left. There's a
But
curly
who
one and a
right?
said
straight one.
red?
Yeah, so on the one where there's only two, you see where the on the very bottom there?
This side?
Yes, right there. If you pull that all the way out. So good. So I do have several wigs. What I really want to try, which I just got, I've never even put on, is like a silver. It's like a real silver wig that looks amazing. I want to try that, long and flowing. So this was yeah. Uh, got bangs too. This is the red hair one. I'm gonna set that back there too,
It's
and
not red, but
maybe we can
it's
set it
red.
back.
It's more ginger.
We'll hold it up with that one right there, and they can see. But these are actually very, very good
Hold it
wigs.
up,
They're
or
both
just like
real human hair.
set it down or hold them.
Well, as you can see, you can show them the difference in color. You see this? This is CoverGirl Brown. This is just another uh, mascara, but I use it for
That's good.
my eyebrows because my eyebrows are just so
Red,
light.
red.
So I just go over it with this,
It's pretty
and then it makes it look like I actually have some hair.
ginger.
So I was blessed with albino hair. So I've got literally it's a bummer as Kevin because I have no shape to my face because my eyelashes, my eyebrows are non-existent. But it's an absolute blessing because I can pluck them, keep them shaped in whatever shape I want because no one can see them anyway. So I can shape them like this, and then I'm combing them down to get a little more underneath here. But I could have let that dry just a little bit more. Let me just tell you, the best thing ever is a spoolie. The spoolie is like the magic eraser of all beauty products. Turbo Brow. Hold on, let me be done with that. Oh, a little lipstick.
That if I keep saying it, maybe I will win. Cloud Gator said, "LOL. Does she even have a red wig?"
What?
Not red, red.
And that look at that long red one right there too. They're behind there. Oh, okay.
Amber J99 joined.
Amber J, welcome. Welcome, Amber J. I'm Allyssa, and this is Adeline.
Hello.
She's 15 years old, and yeah, try that one. That one's a good one too. My wife's helping in the wig department right now.
It's more red.
My wife of 25 years. Her
Very
name is
curly.
Andrea. That's very curly. That's a lot of hair. That's probably more hair than Mr. Styles.
Hey,
Whoa.
dude, I miss long hair, Harry.
You do? Was long hair Harry a thing?
Yes, long hair Harry is 10 out of 10. Okay, if I switch my hair to the side, I look like long hair Harry.
Well, it didn't turn out to be a very good brow day, but listen, if you're putting on makeup, it's a good day altogether.
What did it say?
Amber J99 said, "LOL, but you don't have to introduce yourselves."
Yes, we know. I know who you are, honey.
That's the.
Okay.
We
All right,
know
perfect.
who you are, Amber.
Jay? Well, really? I thought I was like being like professional. Like, oh, he totally knew. Someone new came in. They introduced themselves. Everybody's on the same page. We're holding hands.
No,
like,
it's good. We're gonna get used to it.
oh yeah.
I mean, your hair looks like him, but not your face. Obviously. Okay. Sorry.
I'm gonna put on another coat of mascara,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna.
We love Harry. It's disgusting.
Any other followers or questions?
That
Whoa. What's her problem? It's a joke. You like the long hair, huh?
there. Look at this one.
Once you have time.
Oh. Yeah, that would be fun.
Very.
I could see that being a win.
Do you ever grow your hair out? I already know the answer, but
What is the answer?
was
What is
here.
what is the answer?
You just haven't had an opportunity to even try to. But I think it would look good because you have a lot of hair and it's thick, and your family has long hair and thick.
Tucson AWD92 said, "We love you." That's all. Do your thing.
Oh,
Ellie Garcia 30 said, "Hi."
that's cute.
Hi, Ellie. That's so cute. Thank you.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. Now there's dogs. We didn't shut the door. We didn't shut the door apparently.
Yeah,
Dog.
cute. Our daughter's dog just came to visit. I'm gonna go out and I'll hold the baby and she could come in and say hi.
It's a good
How
idea.
about that?
Bashful Ash joined.
Hi.
There's a lot of new
Hi,
people
Ashful.
joining.
What is it? Bashful Ash?
I don't remember.
I'm gonna put on just a little bit of eyeshadow. I know it's late, but I like this eyeshadow. This is just some Ulta palette, but I like this color on me.
It's the same palette as you used the last live.
Yeah,
It's a good one.
I'll blend all this in a minute. But I like to do the eyeshadow before putting on the fake lashes, because there's depending on how long they are, and just the shape of my eye, they touch up here on my eyelid quite a bit. So if I can get most of this done, then it's going to go on easier, and I don't have to rip them off with my brush trying to put on eyeshadow with the lashes already on. So
Cloud Gazer 123 said, "Please share an interesting experience as Allyssa, like a mishap."
ooh,
It's a good one.
a mishap. Um,
They
let's
also said,
see.
"Oopsie moment," like your eyelash fell off. Like a moment. Has an eyelash fallen off before?
No, but I've gotten into the restroom. Went to fix my deliciousness, and I realized I had only glued one on. So the other one had glue on it, but no lash. So I was just like I was like Nemoing around out there with one nice flapper, and so that was interesting. And what do you do? I mean, you pull the other one off because that rips off your eyeliner. So you just gotta go with it. You just gotta go with it.
They said OMG with laughing emojis.
Yeah,
So what did you do?
I just owned it. You just
Queen moves. That's what you got to do.
there was just I took out a little bit of black and I just made the line a little bit darker, my eyeliner a little bit darker, so it just more black on this side since it was not the black of the eyelashes. So I just thickened up the top liner and I just went with it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
The best experiences are still to come. They really are because we've spent so much time inside the community and with people we know. Although I've spent a lot of time just doing the regular stuff, just going to Costco, going to the bank, going shopping, going to grocery shopping, whatever. Um, but I've done that mostly in Vegas, and I've had zero issues, like zero, less, and it doesn't matter if people know. It doesn't matter. They know that I'm not trying to trick them, and they're comfortable, with that. So, I've had zero issues in Vegas, and when I'm not by myself, I'm usually with another group, and that makes it very safe. So, yeah, really just showing up, with one eyelash glued on was unfortunate. It was one of those nights where just kind of everything went wrong, and which is still okay. Which is still okay. You're still getting dolled up, and it's one of those things where it just doesn't matter, how it turns out. What matters is that it happened at all, and those few minutes of congruency are worth the brain damage and the frustration and the embarrassment and the bad looks and the weird calls and all the ignorant comments. It's worth all of that because none of that matters.
the blended Stewart style, which is Josh and then said, "Hi everyone." And Cloud Gazer said, "What other place would you want to go as Allyssa?"
Ooh, I'll tell you where I really, really, really love to go. Was this last year or the year before? I went up to Seattle, and I spent most of the time by myself. Took my clothes, and this is when I decided, you know what? I'm just done with the facade. I'm done not being who I need to be with the people that I need to be with. And I had a little, coming to Allyssa, and I went up there, and I got to dress, and I went to different, places around Seattle every day. I stayed up at a hotel at a Hilton up in Snoqualmie, and I was there for a week, and doing to restaurants and just going and ordering, by myself, at nice places. So that was really a powerful time for me, um, because I owned all of that. And so Seattle, I want to go back and take my family. I know that you would love it. They got these fish places like right by the. There's just so much to love there. So we should go back there maybe this summer. But so Seattle is the place that I would love to take my family to for sure.
I would love to go to Seattle. For those who watch Grey's Anatomy, understand where I'm coming from. Um, where
That's still on
what?
Grey's Anatomy. Like wasn't that like a really really long time
Yes,
ago?
like a long, long time ago. There's, anyways. Where did you learn to do makeup?
Um, kind of just trial and error. I watched a few tutorials, which is why you see me doing everything wrong, and in a different order. Because with my skin type and the texture and the tone and the old and the wrinkly it's like Teflon. It literally like I put it on and it's like clean, and I'm like, what happened to the makeup? It's weird. Um, I've had to kind of incorporate different techniques. I had these eyebrow stencils that I made out of this medical tape, and I cut out the perfect eyebrow, and I stick it over it, and I colored it in, and the eyebrow was perfect every time. I mean, that was probably 5 or 6 years ago. Now I've got these stencils, and now that's just kind of a thing. But that's how I was doing eyebrows, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Hey Sam,
Should I do this off?
it doesn't matter. You just
Um,
come in. This is Samantha.
Hi.
You can just sit right there. So Samantha is a
Thank
master
you, Tom.
esthetician, and she came in. She came in last week, and somebody was asking about a skincare routine. So Samantha is a master esthetician. My wife Andrea is also a master esthetician. So, I use a lot of really good products. So at 50 years old, as bad as this is, it could be like so much worse.
have
It could be so
some
much worse.
comments to catch up on.
Yes,
Grand
comment.
Slam 24 said, I was going to say something mean, but you do you. Be who you are.
You say, why would you say something mean? Like on purpose, like you're gonna choose to say something mean?
At least they back themselves up.
Yeah. Isn't it just as easy to say something
We don't
nice?
like the
Okay.
negativity.
Boostin AWD92 said, yeah, unfortunately, Grace has been around too long.
Too long.
Cloud Grazer123 said, do you get facials done or have some treatments done? And I also said, hi, Samantha.
Hi.
Madeline5151 said, hello, Allyssa. I'm so happy to see you live.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. I don't do a lot of facials. Yes, I have had some facials. I don't get a lot of facials, just because I've been gone a lot. I've been on the road traveling really probably the last 7 or 8 years. I've been gone most of the time. So, when I'm home, we do great things. Go to the spa, but I just really have good skincare products.
Yep.
What products do you supply me with, Sam? I have a
Well,
lot of
Mom
lot of
supplies
image.
you with a lot of them.
Yeah, true.
But all the things that you're using are used in spas. So you're basically getting facials every night.
All of like my body scrubs and face wash and face scrubs are all from
Yep.
her. Sriracha Queen 911 said, Sam, share your experience knowing about your dad's secret for the first time.
Knowing his secret, well, I wasn't allowed to tell her or my brother at the beginning. So I get dumped this huge load of information, and I
what do I do with it? It was a lot. So it was hard, but I had just started dating my boyfriend at the time. He's my fiance now, but so he was the one that I told, and he was the only one that knew until
How old are you?
18. It was when I hadn't graduated yet, I don't think.
I was 14.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, you said something to me that changed everything for me, and I don't know if I've shared this with you, or if I have, let me share it again, because it's one of the most special things um, that anyone has said to me, and it came from you, and I want to thank you for that. But when we sat you down and told you, you just took it all in. You didn't respond. You just listened. You shook your head, okay, and
Like, how do you respond with all that? I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah.
Which question do I ask first?
Well, that first night, the first time while you were trying to get a hold of it, you only asked one question, and it surprised me. It surprised me because I never thought of the question, and it caught me so off guard. So you just sat there listening, so attentive, so polite, and so respectful, and you said, "Dad, what do you think you're going to look like in heaven?"
Oh, yes.
And
There,
and it caught me off guard, and I was trying to judge what you were asking, and I was caught off guard because that's not something that I had really thought about. And my answer was, oh, well, I guess I'm gonna just look like your dad. I guess I'm gonna look like this, but without the incongruence that I feel. So I guess that I'm probably gonna just look like this.
your best self.
And you go, oh, all right. And that was it. So, we went on our deal. I went back to Vegas, but your response bothered me so much. And so I called you. The next day from Vegas, and I said, "Hey, Sam, you only asked me one question, and you didn't seem to like my answer." I said, "What do you think I'm going to look like in heaven?" And you go, "Dad, I think your best self is going to be in heaven. If your best self looks like a girl, you're probably going to look like a girl. If your best self looks like a boy, you're probably going to be a boy." And that was so like spiritually mature. That was so spiritually empowering that it literally changed. It changed how I felt about me. It changed how I felt about heaven. And all of a sudden, I went, huh. And it wasn't. It was probably later that week. I was dressed, all dolled up, and probably nowhere to go, but all dolled up anyway. And I was looking in the mirror, and I went, yeah, this would be great if this was heaven. I would be so comfortable in heaven if this is how people recognize me. If this is what I look like in heaven, that would be fantastic. And it's like I hadn't even considered it until you said that. And it's, I don't know. I don't know if I needed permission to think that way, but I just want to thank you for being so intelligent and saying such a beautiful thing, because that has changed a lot for me. So thank you.
Well, I learned a lot from you.
Yeah.
So,
Wilbur Risk _ said, "You're looking amazing. Much love." Cloud Gazer 123 said, "That's so wholesome."
Oh.
Amber J said, "I love seeing all you beautiful girls in one place. We will come visit soon. Miss you."
Oh.
Miss you too. Madeline 5151 said, "What a beautiful, loving family you have."
Oh, that is nice.
Cloud Gazer 123 said, "How old was Sam when you guys told her about Allyssa?"
18. I was 18 when he told me. And I wasn't, like... It was only, like, a year, right? Till you sent out an email to everybody else. Or no, you sent that out before you told me, huh? Yeah, because you sent out an email to all my family.
That's just to my family, to my siblings, to my parents.
And so at the time, he had came to me and said, I just want to tell you this and this so that you hear it from me instead of somebody else. And so I was 18.
Oh, that's true. Yes, that is the deal, isn't it? Is
Mm-hmm.
that yeah. I said, this is out there. You're going to hear it, and I need you to hear from me. Yes, and you were so beautiful and brilliant.
Cloud Gazer 123 said, "Were you suspicious about anything before he told you?"
Not before, but when he told me, I was like,
That's how I felt.
okay.
What does that mean?
Like, you hit it so well.
Yeah.
I wasn't suspicious and didn't think about anything.
But you were like taking me out to daddy-daughter dates when I was like wee little, and you would do my nails before, and you were taking me to like Claire's and the jewelry store, and we were looking through all these girl things, and you didn't even care, and I was like having a blast, getting my nails done, and didn't even think of it at all. And then you went through this weird, my mom went through this wig phase. I was like, why are there all these heads at the top of your closet? It's kind of creepy, Mom. She's like, no, look. She's like, puts them on. And she's like, it was all a show. It was not her wigs. It was
Someone asked,
her
"What is
wigs.
the blower thing?"
What's the blower? I'm just
The glue dryer?
I'm just
It's no
curing the
problem.
glue. See, I'm putting on
It's
multiple
a
glues.
fan. She brushes it or blows it on her eyelash glue and then puts
Is that,
the eyelash on it.
is that the same one that Mom uses?
Yes, I got that for us. I mean, I got mom one too.
Oh.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, this may have been a little long.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I was just randomly catching on to. They went on a lot of work trips, left us with grandparents or friends or by our lonesomes.
No, a lot of those were work trips. That doesn't mean I didn't dress, but
No, yeah.
they
I
were
know
legitimate
that.
work.
I mean, there's pictures
Ish.
to prove that they were work trips, but there's also other pictures to prove that they weren't. So,
Did you guys ever get mad he hid things from you, or was it more of a aha moment?
I wasn't mad, but I do remember telling you at one point that, I don't know, we might have had like a stronger bond had I known earlier.
Do you think that's true?
I don't know, maybe.
I'm
You
glad you
would,
told
like,
me at the time you did.
I don't know, you would go like hunting with the boys and do boy stuff. I don't know if we would have done more girl things, but then also I don't know how the bond would have been with Brock had you only been doing girl things. So
It probably was smart so that as Brock got older,
yeah,
he was
because
like-
Brock needed to be taught how to treat a woman and how to be polite and a gentleman. But how hard would that have been to be teaching somebody how to do that when you want the door to be held open for you and when you want the flowers to be given to you, and you know?
You know, it's not that I want the door to be held open for me because I personally deserve it. I
Well,
think
I
think
know.
that the door should be held open for any girl going through the door.
Yeah.
And holding open for me just says, "Hey, look, I get it. You're not tricking me, but I'm
Mhm.
respectful either way." Because
Yeah.
there's people who are watching this, and I want to be a good example for all of those teenage girls and all of those teenage boys that this is what you do. And so
And you taught me when you took me on my first date.
yeah,
And you got mad at me for opening the door.
yep.
It's like,
And
Sorry.
where are those guys? Who's teaching these guys these days? I'm not about blending the gender. I think that the both gender is so critical. I want to live a pretty life. That's it. That doesn't make the boy less valuable or they're both absolutely critical.
I remember one car ride when you picked up all my guy friends. You taught them to open the door for ladies, and my friend now always opens the door for me. And you know that
Aw.
because you've seen him open the door.
Nice. That's
Sriracha Queen says, do you guys go out with Alyssa too, or is it more of an Andrea Alyssa thing?
I have gone out before only once, and we got our belly buttons pierced.
Hey, you know what? Let me
That's so
and let me
fun.
tell you something. That too, Sam, was so special because that was right at the beginning. That was a difficult time. Not everybody was responding as favorably as you were. It was we were going. Did we make a mistake? You know, there was just so many difficult things going on then. So for when you called me and said, "Hey, Dad, I really want to get my belly button pierced. Is that something that you would be interested in doing with me?" You know, that meant so much to me, and I couldn't say yes fast enough. Like, yeah, you could have said anything. Hey, you want to get
It
your
was
pinky
less than a
amputated
month
with me, and I would
after
have
I
done that with
asked
you.
that it happened.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like within weeks. I don't have mine anymore though. It got ripped out.
But and then been laying
But I
there.
still have the scar to remind me.
But I'm laying there. That was the first time you would see me dressed. I'm laying there in a skirt and the whole deal, and you're holding my hand while they're doing this piercing deal.
And I'm all looking away.
But how special was that to have that experience with you? And then Addie comes to me, hey, let's get another. You want to go get a piercing with me? Sure, call Sam. Let's see if she wants to go too, right? And you guys get this. I get the nose ring. You guys got that. How fun and special was that?
I know.
So
We gotta go take mom and get one.
I personally have not been out with Alyssa, but we've been in, like, car rides, but just not out in public.
Like at home.
yeah, at home.
Yeah, home, just not out.
No, we live in a very small
Yes.
community, and when that happens, then everybody has to be prepared at that moment to answer questions and to defend or not defend, and that's not a situation or a position that I need to put anybody else in. There's no therapeutic value for me putting everybody in that situation before they're capable of having that experience or answering that. So, if there was some therapeutic value, you know, without putting you in that situation, I would. But hey, let's go to Vegas. We'll go to Vegas. We'll go do all of these great things and go to see shows and the whole deal. Okay, I need to put on some lipstick.
Cloud Gazer Winter Queen said, do people ask why Kevin has a nose piercing?
Only one person has said, "What is that? Are you just young and hip? Is that what that's about?" And I just said, "I'm the youngest and the hippest. Like, it's so much more than that." And that was it. So no, there's so many people now that have their stuff pierced.
The norm.
Yeah, so I really get away with that. What probably draws more attention is I don't always wear a binder when I'm out and about, and so if I'm not wearing a binder, so I have more of a chest and I have the nose piercing, then maybe it raises some brows, but it has not been an issue at all.
Fire Marshal Bill 1 joined.
Fire Marshal
Yee.
Bill.
Well,
Just use my magic eraser. Oh, see, that's a scam.
I wonder if that's Bill from my work. I posted something on my story on Instagram and it automatically goes to my Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I didn't do the TikTok one. I only did like YouTube, but it was just like a screenshot of your thing so they can like look it up if they want.
Kate Labrum joined.
Oh, yep, there it is. Hi,
Hi.
Caitlin. Cute. So I had to do a peppermint scalp massage today at work, and I have a cut on my finger. So that was cute.
That's tough. All the scratches that the cat gives me.
You guys, you talk about, hey, I wish you had told me sooner, and I've had friends that say that too. But the truth is, not you guys because you're too young, but let's go back 20 years ago. Okay, so if you're my friend and it's 20 years ago, what words would you suggest that I tell you with? Like, what did that? There was no description. There was no transgender. There was no any of those things. So, what words would I have used to tell you? And then what would you have done with those words? Right? So, if I said, hey, look, guys, here's the thing. I don't know why, but, I love to be pretty. And I just understand that world on such an intimate level. And I don't know why. I don't know why I have these appetites for stuff I've never tasted, but I understand all of that world. Very, you would have said, have you got help? Like, have you seen a doctor? There's probably pills. There's probably some therapy. Maybe you get shocked, whatever. They can probably fix that. And that means that I would have spent I would have lost your respect right out of the gates, and then I would have probably, told somebody else who had that same suggestion, and next thing you know, I'm in therapy for 20 years, and have people tell me that I'm wrong and bad and whatever else. So it wasn't an option. It wasn't, hey, I wish you could have told me. I would have supported you better. Told you with what words? And you don't know now what position you were in to support me in, or what position it would have put you in. It wasn't an option. And what's really tough is it's really tough for me because it makes me feel like a liar. Now I go back to my friends, my old friends, and say, by the way, there's this thing. And it's almost like, it kind of sounds like a lie because we were so close. You know where the body's buried. I know where the body's buried. It just feels like if this was a thing, I would have known about it. And that's it's not fair to think that way.
We all have our secrets, okay?
It's not fair to think that way because it wasn't an option to tell anybody because the vocabulary wasn't there. The understanding, what it meant, wasn't there. What do I say? There's no words. I'm a transvestite. Well, that didn't feel like me. I'm a cross-dresser. That didn't feel like me. So I would have put all of the people I care most about in a position that they would now have to do what with that information? How do you support that? If it's 15 years ago, if it's 10 years, if it's 5 years ago, how do you support your best pal coming and saying, these are the experiences that I need to be having? This is how I feel. How do you support that in a way that's healthy for you and that person and strengthens the relationship? But if you don't know how, it's easier just to find a new relationship. It's easier to go and spend your time doing something different. And then I'm starting over, looking for somebody to have all of those experiences and know where the body's buried. And that's, so it's not really fair to say, you should have told me, I could have supported you, or, I don't really believe it because I would have known, believe it. And it's not you, it's every single person, that I met. It's like shaking their hand and saying hi, and thinking, I'm Kevin, you'll never know anything about me. I'll never get close. You'll never know what I'm really doing. When you invite me to ball games and whatever, and I turn you down, you'll never know why I'm not going with you, because it takes so long to figure out how to do hair. It takes so long to wash your wigs. It takes so long to do your nails and put it back. And they're the few minutes I have all alone, which emotionally and mentally, it's your opportunity to just keep your shit together for everybody else. You got to have these moments so you can be congruent and feel congruent and still go live this other life that you need to live, because nobody else is prepared, to deal with that. Or maybe I wasn't prepared to deal with that. So just because I didn't tell you doesn't mean it's a lie. It means it wasn't the right time to tell you. Not that you weren't the right person. I just wasn't ready myself. Or maybe you weren't the right person at that time. I don't really know.
Amber asked, you ever do the girls' makeup?
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think?
My makeup
Yes,
done.
we did a photo shoot.
Yep. Molly's a savage said, yay, glad I caught your lag.
Oh, good.
It is good. It's a little bit shiny.
It's cute. You like shiny. Look at my nails.
We do like shiny.
Do have shine on mine too.
So all those years, before we went on vacation every year, since you guys can probably remember we had vacation nails,
yes.
right? So I did your nails.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
the
our
little vinyls
toes.
and your toes. Yep. So I gave you vacation nails, really, probably since you can remember.
And you're freaking good at it
Yeah.
too.
Recently, Amber gave me those nails, the sticker nails that you do.
Oh really?
Oh, really?
For Halloween, yeah.
Cute.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I need to do a little contour and then let's get a wig on. Wigs
Moisturizer on today.
Wigs are always a good. It's always a good thing for me.
Sounds great.
I thought my voice is going out.
And I pulled my brows on, but that's all. And I quit today.
Facts. Me and Brock still grinding, bro.
Still what?
Grinding on our jobs. Everyone else.
I'm gonna get a new job.
You know what?
Is there any more comments?
At a
More?
spa.
What'd you say?
comments?
No. Nope. Yet. But you have 4.7K likes on the
Whoa.
live, and people have been sending you gifts. But
Oh, thank
I
you.
didn't want to interrupt, so I didn't say anything.
Hey, is there any questions that you guys have as far as the kiddos?
Well, just barely. I asked Mom if we're gonna tell Eli that you guys are grandma and grandma.
Do you plan to tell him like when he's old? Well, obviously.
Yeah, I mean
But-
he's 11 months old right now. So yeah, he's gonna know right before
He'll know.
most people.
Yeah.
But he's seen me both ways already, but not figured it out yet.
He probably won't like when he's older remember.
But he's
He
growing
might.
up with it though. It's gonna be the norm for him. It's
So-
gonna be nothing that's new.
Guys, so there's viewers out there that are going to be told at some point, hey, look, this is what's going on. My parents are this. Or what would be your advice to a child whose parent comes out as transgender? What would be your advice? And I know I don't want to put you on the spot, but we kind of are, because I know that there's a tremendous loss that comes with this whole thing. You know, Addie, when I told you this is your first reaction, you went like this. You go,
Oh
do
yeah.
you remember that?
Yeah.
Addie, here's the deal. You just went,
That should be one a picture of my little.
so what would be your advice? What would be your advice to
I
somebody?
mean, we were taught from day one to treat others how you want to be treated and to love everyone. So
Yeah.
if you
Treat people with kindness.
treat people with kindness, hello,
Always. 24/7.
like we love everyone.
Like we were saying when that person
Yeah,
caught themselves, we didn't hate on you.
we're just not here for the negativity.
Yeah. Just be kind.
Yeah.
Okay?
So your advice to some child who's losing a father,
Who's losing?
it's just
Who's losing a
Hold
father?
on.
right. I mean, you must
What?
have felt the loss of, oh my gosh, wait a
Oh.
minute. If you're a girl, then I'm losing a dad. Like I don't have a dad. You know, like
But
you know
you
now
still
now.
have grandpa and uncles.
Well, that's true, and you guys still at this point see me like this, you know, a lot. But what about the person whose parent goes to them and says, "Hey, I'm going to be a girl full time," or "Hey, I'm gonna transition. I'm gonna be a man full time." Well, how do you are you guys still dealing with that loss? Do you feel that loss at all?
Like I lost a dad.
Yeah.
No.
I don't really feel like I lost a dad. I just felt like my dad was a liar. That's really what I thought. I was like, my dad really just did lie to me for 18 years. That's cool. That's really all. I was like, okay.
I know, I felt that. Like,
I don't know. I
but
was like,
you had to.
but yeah, it was
You
like,
know, it was
what-
something you had to do. and
what
I'm not
other?
mad about
Yeah, what else would you do?
that. Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You sometimes you just have to keep living your life. Like the earth isn't gonna just stop rotating. Sometimes you just gotta get
Right.
over it. Like I don't know. I don't know what I would say to a child. Cause like I don't know, Eli's so little still,
Like,
and there's not really questions yet.
It's tough.
I've really been in that situation. To
Would you
know.
encourage the parent to wait to a certain age before they told their kids?
I mean,
Not anymore.
To
In
their
your
own-
position,
maturity level.
in your position where there wasn't anywhere to like anyone to lean on, like there was no help, there was not even words, like that's different. But now, like for like new parents who do have the resources, I feel like it'd be easier to get over it when you were younger, because that's just what you grow up with.
There's definitely more resources. There's definitely, you can go down to the store now and buy book after book of people who are going through this experience and try to figure out, you know, what similarities you can see. So you can get online. You don't even have to buy a book. You
I
get
mean, it's all
online.
over TikTok.
Yeah, you just get online and you could figure out
Mhm.
what's going on. It is confusing because everybody's story is has similarities, but they're all different, and so
They're all
it can
unique.
sound like there's conflict in information because there are different experiences. And so you're like, wait a minute, that conflicts with this person. That's because their life is different, their perspective is different, their resources are different, their opportunities are different. It doesn't make the situation less valid. It makes the person more valid because everything is unique. Every experience is unique. I'm gonna do a little highlight here, and then let's do a wig. Can we already?
Yes, I.
What do we decide? Which wig are we gonna do?
Everyone was commenting red. But
Ooh.
Red?
it was a blonde.
This one in the middle. I think that's the one that, or was it this one that you were wearing when we went to Vegas?
Ooh, that's a nice shine.
What's your favorite?
My favorite makeup product? Well, I haven't worn makeup for 3 months, but I have this moisturizer that has illumination dust, so it's like highlighter sprinkles throughout the entire moisturizer. So it makes your entire face like glowy, and it's not like overdone. It's not like straight up highlighter. But if you wanted to, you could do little extra layers if you wanted to.
That's why.
I'm trying to blend this in just a little
Amber
bit.
said, "Do you have a role model in the LGBTQ community?"
No, no. I mean, but I have so much respect for like Caitlyn Jenner, and I think probably those feelings are probably very similar feelings to what I experience. Meaning that he's very capable of living as a man. He's very capable of performing and living a good life and being successful and having an impact as a man. But none of that is what felt congruent to him. And so when Bruce became Caitlyn, there was a congruency there that that was worth sacrificing the greatest athlete in the world. It was worth sacrificing everyone who was never going to understand because she's the first person to step up and say, you know what, she sounds pretty good. She sounds amazing, and if you refer to me as she, that feels right. That doesn't feel like a lie. It doesn't feel deceptive. It feels fantastic because that is the world that I feel the most in touch with, or the most um, satisfaction, the most rewarding. And everyone should get to pick the vibration that they're the healthiest in, or that makes them feel the most valuable. So I have a lot of respect for her, and it was we got a chance to just visit with her briefly at a book signing, and she was amazing, and it was so powerful, and it was so worth every minute. So I do have a lot of respect for her. So Caitlyn Jenner, I guess, would probably somebody that I respect the most because she didn't go through a female puberty. She doesn't have a little body. She doesn't have a soft voice and a skinny long gait. You know, she's got a big masculine athletic body that took the whole world by storm in the Olympics and built up the
And she pulls it up so good too.
and she pulls it off so good. So this is somebody who said, I've got it all, but it's not enough if it's not me. And she was willing to hand it back, to be her. So for that, and to do without her as an example, without already opening up that dialogue for everybody to have. So yeah, that's respect, for me for sure.
Sam, we've got a couple questions. Cloud Gaze, you said, Sam, what are some of your tips to the viewers as an esthetician, and how to keep manly skin but still have healthy skin?
Wear
Sunscreen.
sunscreen. Makeup and sunscreen are the two main things that cause aging. And put it on your hands.
Okay, but what's a good cleanser for a man? I use, and I think you can get the image, right? We use a lot of image. I think you can probably get it at a lot of good salons. But that's a great product as far as just cleaning, And, before these guys got to me, I was just a clean and clear, morning burst, whatever, evening refresher, wash your face with these soaps. But once you really start using the good products, it does change how your skin, it looks, it changes how it acts, it changes how it feels. I mean, I remember, we were the first time Mom's like, "Hey, use this to clean your face instead of the other stuff." And so I'm like, "Okay," and she goes, "Whoa,
It's like a lot.
like what are you doing?" She goes, if you knew how much that cost, you wouldn't have put that much in your hand.
It's like
And I'm
3 weeks worth.
and I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at all this whole row, and I'm like, well, if it costs that much, why do we have so much of it? For crying out loud, right?
Because it's easier to prevent than to correct.
You don't have to sell me. I'm already sold. I'm just saying that was that moment where I was like, okay, well, should I like wash some of my body, or should I pour it back in, or what? But the reality is, if you really do have a good cleanser, and then a really good lotion. So not lotion, but like some kind of moisturizer. Good. And there's some really good ones, but one that's not crazy expensive, but still seems to be pretty good is Farm Fresh. I like that. You've supplied me with that for a while now.
Farmhouse Fresh.
Farmhouse Fresh is
They're my other favorite. Image and Farmhouse Fresh. They're more organic.
I use Farmhouse Fresh. I haven't used Image.
Hey, let's check out a wig.
Do you have any desire or aspirations to make a permanent transition, or are you happy where you are?
In this moment.
I'm happy where I'm at right now, but I've only been where I'm at right now for about 2 weeks. So I've only had the flexibility to do what I wanted and wear what I wanted for about 2 weeks. So, it's going to be interesting to see where this goes and my comfort level as I explore it really for the first time, which is why this is exciting, because my answers, I guess, are probably going to change as we go throughout this, and I understand different, and I understand better, and I have a chance. So I don't know. I don't know where this is going to go, but I know for the first time I feel comfortable wherever it goes, and that has never been a thing. And so the health that comes from knowing whatever has to happen can happen. Oh my gosh, it just takes a huge load off and just, dumps it in the ditch. So, my advice to anybody out there who has a person that's transgender, just make them feel like everything is possible, and whatever you choose is okay. And I think as long as they feel that way, there won't be so many people going too far. There's going to be this point where you're okay, I'm comfortable here. I don't need to go all the way to feel congruent, to feel what I need to feel. And, so if people feel free to just do as much as they need to do, because those are the switches that were turned on for them, then they wouldn't go too far to prove everybody that they're not liars. And I think that could be a thing. Oh my gosh, if I don't go all the way, then no one's going to believe that I'm trans. But the reality is, I don't know that I've ever had a thought where the thought of being pretty or being a girl didn't influence my thinking. Long before there were, erotic stuff and erection. I'm talking little. So, but I do have this thought, oh my gosh, nobody from my past knows this. And I'm going to feel like I'm going to look like a fraud. I'm going to look like, hey, by the way, this for the first time. And everyone's like, what? Yeah, get out of here with that. And it's that, just dismiss it. Be after all these years of wanting to tell everybody, all the people that I want to tell, just dismiss it like that, and there's that is scary. I'm gonna tell you a story after I put this wig on. The red one?
Yeah.
You do your phone for TikTok.
Okay, let me just take this off here. This is a very fun wig for me.
Just go to the account.
Yeah, and then watch it.
Yeah, and then
Come on down. Watch it. Someone come to red.
Yes.
Look at you. There, look at.
Nice. Oh,
She's just putting on
Ew.
wigs and jewelry and everything.
Yeah. Should we?
Okay.
Do you need help with anything?
Girl,
Difficulties or?
I don't know.
Hey, I'm pretty sure my toes are that same pink.
Pretty sure what?
My toes are that same pink.
They are.
I think so. I don't know. I did them yesterday.
Okay.
Dun 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 dun.
Sit down right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's a little.
No, it's cute. Oh.
Whoa.
cute. Got some pearl earrings on.
Yeah, I got some little pearl earrings on. This is the wig that I took to Seattle. Oh, it's a little bit tucked up in here.
I didn't notice. I thought it looked hot.
Hmm.
You went to
Open.
Seattle?
Cloud Gazer said, Addie, we should do makeup with Alyssa soon.
Oh.
That'll be fun. I would like to do that.
We should do a little glow off or whatever that is, where you know
Cool.
I work on Sam, you work on Mom,
We
and
need to do that in advance so I don't feel so pressured. Very.
You
Amber
do the
said,
makeup
I like the
beforehand, I
bangs.
guess.
Do you like the bangs option?
Sriracha Queen
Yes.
said, whoa, this one has bangs too.
Yes.
Yeah, my other one didn't have bangs.
We were all like, I've never seen that one. That like silvery.
Yeah,
There's not a lot that I've seen.
yeah. So the silver one, I wanna do. So I have a wig case, a wig cabinet, and we have a total of 16 different wigs in there, and so we got to try them all. I want to try all of them. Never had a chance to just go wig to wig to wig to wig to wig, and so we're gonna go to wig. That's gonna be great.
Are all these
Kristen
wigs
did
the
heart
same that
eyes
you had
emoji.
for
Oh,
since the first house, Evans?
I'm not sure. Not sure.
Because that's when Mom tried them on in front of me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I
So I've had many of the wigs, that
Yeah,
long.
and this closet, or not this one, but another one was in there. That whole thing was just yours. I thought that was an expansion
Really?
for Mom's stuff. Well, yeah, because there was like all these girl clothes and then Kev. And it was like you still have all of the shirts that would fit in that one section.
Yeah. Wow.
Do you prefer bangs on the wigs?
Sometimes, not necessarily, and this is I didn't style this one. I wasn't anticipating wearing this one, so it hasn't been really prepped in style for a while.
And it looks this good.
But it is sometimes. So when I get it right, then it's so fun.
It's right.
Yeah, it looks good.
Like, you would be the only one that would know it wasn't.
But I wish I could see my brows because I feel like I've got decent shaped brows tonight.
I know they are good. You don't have to only try on that wig.
Do we have anybody else that's here that we want to recognize before we skin out?
Oh, Cloud Gazer said you should do a goth look someday.
Ooh.
I have not seen that before. Have you done a goth look?
Yes. Yes, we have done the goth look.
Wait.
Mom did it too. We actually both dyed our hair pitch black.
That was... What? I thought that wasn't like accident or something.
It was a mistake more than an accident. Yeah, not an accident.
I've
a mistake.
seen pictures of that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that was
That was for your goth look?
where we did the goth look, and it was so fun.
Oh my goodness.
Amber said
We should do that.
your face just lights up with when you have a wig on. It's
See,
awesome
I told
to see
you.
that live.
I told you.
Yeah, wigs
Not
are
the only
important.
one that
Change your
does.
wigs. Blue,
Let's do some
black,
more.
LOL, and
Yeah, we
heart,
need to start
heart
getting
emojis.
some like exotic wigs, like some.
Well, I've got the pink ones. I've got a lot of fun ones. I mean, we should get through my 16 before I spend anything else on wigs. I'm just saying.
Get through what?
Through these 16 wigs that I've got here.
You haven't worn all of them before?
No.
I've only seen this one and that one. What?
Yeah.
Every live, you need to switch your wig.
Oh, really?
Challenge.
Challenge.
Hmm.
And match your makeup look with it.
Okay.
Or it doesn't have to like match, but like complement.
Hmm. Yeah.
That would be fun.
All right. Anything else we need to answer? And guys, thank you. Thank you. Oh yeah, I had a story. Um, yes, I had a story. Let me tell you this story really quick. This is going back to the lie. You know, like both of you guys said, you lied to me. You lied to me. You know, and my fear is, you know, that my high school friends, people that I went to high school with, it's a lie. I knew everything about you. You knew everything about me. We've, you know, all these things, and I didn't know.
But in reality, it wasn't, because that's what you're feeling the whole time.
That's right. That's right. Just because I didn't have the words doesn't mean that it was a lie, and it surely doesn't mean that it was information that you needed or that I needed to share. It doesn't mean that it was good for either one of us. However, there is an experience that was very scary for me and probably gave me a little PTSD. But I was out by myself. We lived in Southern California in the Inland Empire. I would wait till everybody would go to bed. I would put on, you know, my my outfit, and I had a little sundress that was really, you know, pretty awesome. And I would just go out cruising around. You know, I had to top off my Jeep, and I would just go out there for a couple of hours and it's midnight. But I could just be. It was just the most amazing time. And so one night it was probably, I don't know, 2 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, and I stop and I get gas, and I'm thinking, well, I probably should go back. I got to get up and go to work, but man, everything just turned out so great, and the skirt is kind of, you know, blowing around, and it's kind of warm, and you know, whatever, and it was just so nice. And so I pulled over in this kind of like strip mall while I was trying to decide whether or not I was going to go home or just keep cruising around. And so I'm just sitting there, you know, listening to some music, going, man, this is amazing. And all of a sudden, I hear this really, really loud, obnoxious sound. And I'm like, what is that? What is that noise? What is that noise? And I realized it was the alarm of one of the stores or the strip mall where I'm in front of it. And all of a sudden, it dawned on me, oh my gosh, the cops are coming. Here I am, dressed up, a man dressed up like a woman. I'm going to jail, and I'm going to jail. There's no way they're not going to think that I was trying to break in. I'm gonna have to call my parents. My parents have never seen. My parents have no idea whatsoever. They're gonna go, what? No, that's not our son. Keep him. That's not. We don't even know that person. You know, meaning they wouldn't have had any indication either that it was. I didn't have one person in my life that could defend me in that moment and say, oh no, 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 this is
Were you
all
not with
right.
mom yet?
No, no, I wasn't married yet.
What?
I wasn't married yet. And so I was so panicked, and all of a sudden, so I just said, I got to get out of here. And so I turned and I'm shooting up this main road and things going off. And I'm like, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. And I realized how fast I was going just as there's a car here, there's a cop pulling out. And as soon as I realized I'm going to get a ticket for speeding, I saw the headlights of this cop pull out. And
Oh.
and my whole world ended right there. I just went, this is unbelievable. I'm going to jail. I'm going to be a freak. They're going to have my poster in the post office. Like this could not be a worse situation for me. And that cop pulled right out, and then he turned and went to the shopping center where I had just come from. And I was literally, I might have cried. I don't remember, but I had these tears in my eyes, and I was shaking like this, and I just went straight home. And after that, I was just like, what have you done? You have your whole life ahead of you. You almost threw your whole life away driving around, you know, just trying to, you know, keep your peace. Um, and so it did. I think that traumatized me a little bit because I was, after that, I was more reluctant to go. All of a sudden, I'm like, I can't put myself in that situation, so I've got to go further away from people, which means you're even darker in the shade. You know, you're deeper. It almost makes you go to further extents to protect yourself, but that makes it even feel creepier. So now that on my driver's license I have the X where it says gender, That's a big deal. If we were there at that time and that was a thing, I could have just sat there. I could have just sat there and give my license and said, look at my gender. It says X. That just means the gender may not be obvious. I'm the right person at the right time, looking the right way. This is the fact that I look this. That doesn't make me deviant. It doesn't make me, breaking into stores or anything else. So it's a really big deal right now to have ID that allows you access to go where everybody else has access to without looking like you're trying to sneak in and be somewhere where you shouldn't be. You can't feel good trying to sneak in places. That nobody is going to feel good about themselves, about who they are, if they're constantly trying to sneak into places or not be found out. It feels shady, it looks shady, and that's not healthy. So, I'm so grateful now to have legal ID and some credit cards that say, here, I'm at the right place at the right time. So that's a big deal. And if you weren't sneaking around 25, 30 years ago, then you don't understand how important that is, for sure. But I literally saw my life change in front of me, and I would have been guilty. I would have been guilty. They would have said, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that you'd be sitting here with cars, with alarms going off and stores getting broke into, and you're a man dressed like a woman. There'd be no other reason for you to dress like that unless you didn't want to get caught, unless you didn't want people to recognize you. I would have been found guilty by all of the peers, and there was not one person in my life that would have said, "Oh no, I've seen Kevin like this a lot. This is who Kevin is. This is how he feels. This is how he's always felt." Not one person could have defended me, and so it did kind of traumatize me for a long time. So those little things.
Know that story?
You do now, and
Does Mom know that
and
story?
the 3 people watching. Yeah, I'm sure I shared that with her. But yeah. Well, guys, anything else? Guys, thank you so much for helping me out and for helping read the comments and let people. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your support, your love. I can't wait to see, just how fun this becomes and the whole deal. So thank you for being part. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your questions, your support. So we'll be back on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we're gonna figure this thing out. More stories, more looks, more wigs, more fun, the whole deal. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it.
See you Wednesday. Someone commented.
Wednesday.
See you Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Eddie, could you do the TikTok one? And let me do
Bye,
this one.
guys.